And how do we know what we know? To be complicated, it can be beautiful, it can be meaningful, and it has to be human.
So, this is so beautiful.
Physics deals with pattern, and math further qualifies that pattern with certain formulas.
Exact circle doesn't exist. तुमने मैथ्स एंड फिजिक्स को बहू और सास के रिलेशन के हिसाब से दिखाया.
So, artificial intelligence is neither physics nor math. So, we are just living in illusion. Present, past, and future all exist together.
वो है वहाँ पे
Right.
हमेशा से, पर हमारे लिए अननोन है. Like listening to you, I think क्या लिमिटेशन अच्छी है. मैथमेटिशियन ऑफ यूनिवर्स बना कैसे और एंड कैसे होने वाला है. Entangled realities, if you read very deeply, I think it's covering every aspect of us. So, hello everybody, I'm Nirupama Khare and welcome to In Me, my podcast which talks about inner journeys and talks about deep researched people who have been my guest. In Me is all about you. In Me is about what is in you. And that makes all the difference. We have been talking about many things. We've been talking about our journeys, about our transformation journeys. But what makes this podcast very unique is In Me takes you deep down and talks about every moment of your transformational journey, which could be great learnings for youngsters as well as for many of us, moments to chew upon. So, with this, let me take this opportunity to welcome my guest, Mr. Govind Pathak. Hello, Govind. How are you?
Good, Nirupma. Thanks for giving me this opportunity. I am really excited.
Thank you. Thank you for accepting my invite and giving a little brief about Govind. And though it sounds a little brief, but I'm sure it has, I would say, पोथी. हिंदी में बोलूँ तो पोथी लिख सकते हैं गोविंद के बारे में. तो गोविंद क्वालिफिकेशन से ही इज एन इंजीनियर, एज यू से टेक्नोलॉजिस्ट, अ थिंकर, tennis player, and also he's an author. More than this, his diverse background comes with lot of his own initiatives he has taken and the kind of changes he has made. He has been writing lot of, he has authored many books. One of them is Entangled Realities, and that what got me intrigued about what Govind is all about. While I'm talking about this, Govind, I also remember the most important line to add out here is that we both have studied from same college, that is BIT Mesra Ranchi, and that makes us more, this podcast is a little unique. क्योंकि जब दोस्त बात करते हैं तो बहुत सारी बातें निकलती है. तो आज बहुत
Right.
सारी बातें निकलेंगी, तो आज पता करते हैं कि इनमी में क्या है. तो गोविंद, सबसे पहले पहला क्वेश्चन कि ये बताओ कि व्हाट इज इन यू दैट मेक्स यू यू. द फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन आई ऑलवेज आस्क ऑल माय गेस्ट.
Right. Thanks, Nirupma. So, what really defined me is curiosity. So, since my childhood days, I have been drawn to one question: why the world works the way it does, and how do we know what we know? So, again, this question is right from beginning in my heart. People do admire different physical phenomena, like they admire sunrise, they admire sea wave, they admire good weather. I do admire that. But another part of me which immediately wonders why it is happening. How do light travel? Why do color form? What reality is made of? So I have been, you can say, half thinker, half dreamer. I love logic, but at the same time, I also love wonder. I want certainty, but I am equally drawn to mystery. And that balance is what makes me me. That's what I feel.
Wow.
Maybe you can add, you know me for last
No,
30 years.
so 30 years definitely, but I'm surprised that as college friends, we never see each other more than just students. And we were so much more than what we are. Now that when you say you're a curious person, the kind of questions which comes to your mind, why these colors, why not these colors? When did it actually started? क्या ये तुम्हें बचपन से था, या तुम बड़े होके तुम्हें समझ में आया कि तुम ऐसे थिंकर थे, या क्या वो लास्ट फर्स्ट मेमोरी बताओ कब तुम्हें याद
When
आया?
So it is again from right from my childhood.
Okay.
So in fact, unknowingly, I learned one Japanese technique. So that Japanese technique is 5 why. So
Okay.
somebody tell me when I was in school.
Mm.
So I will just brief about that 5 why.
Okay.
5 why means why, 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 why. So if
Okay.
you want to get into root of any phenomena, then you should once you get answer, you again ask why. Then
Hmm.
you get second answer, you again ask why. So once you get answer to all these 5 why, then you are root of the understanding. So somehow that was in my mind, and I applied that many a times. But again, it was not very prominent because I had never used that in conversation.
Okay.
So my you can say my childhood was like other people. I was not very special, but again I was fascinated by nature. I was fascinated by number. I used to observe pattern, and all this curiosity lead me to technology. So I become engineer. Then I also got corporate world. I handled leadership role. I had worked in multi-technology project, not only in India, but also in other European countries
Mm.
like United Kingdom, Germany, Norway, and other European countries. I had worked in Israel. So my curiosity leads to my career path as well. And writing a book that popped up during COVID. So COVID, then nothing was happening. The world was silent. My inner question got louder. So
Wow.
I asked myself, what is the purpose of everything I have learned? What meaningful things can I do and create now? So again, I had here also applied one framework. That framework is again framework for thinking. So if you plot complete knowledge in domains, so then there are four major domains, and you will also agree to it. So first domain is known. So something which is known to me, also known to you. So
Yeah.
that is information for both of us. Then second domain is known unknown. So something I know and you don't know, or public don't know. So that is again I can use that domain. Third domain is something known to you or others and not known to me. So
Hmm.
that is again a research topic. And fourth domain is known to not
Unknown
known
to
to me,
both.
not known to anyone. So unknown domain. So we
Yeah.
don't know how much information and knowledge resides with that unknown domain. So
Hmm.
this framework helped me in articulating my thought process. I got ample of time. There was no activity. So I again started writing notes. So again, that notes I did lot of research. I browsed internet. I had seen multiple Google videos. And again, those videos, not only in COVID, I was used to of that, and I used to spend at least 1 or 2 hours on YouTube.
Hmm.
Then I started jotting down, and there my author's journey began. So
Okay.
I started to crystallize things, all the logics, paradoxes, sciences, and I selected close to 50 odd topic on which I can explore more.
Okay.
And this Entangled Reality, my first book, is outcome of that. So
Wow.
science is not, you can say, science doesn't have to be complicated. It can be beautiful, it can be meaningful, and it has to be human.
True,
So,
true, true. And Govind, while you say this, one thing which came to my mind when you were talking about the known, unknown, that grid, it's a Johari window. So,
right.
from
Johari
a
window, correct.
leadership point of view, when we want to know each other well, or to build teamwork within the organization, the framework used is this: known, unknown, and unknown. So, I was thinking you used it so beautifully in searching out questions which are around us, around in this nature, in this universe, and then become curious and then ask what is unknown to me and unknown to the world. And that's where, my interest came for entangled realities. The moment I saw the first video, I was like, I understand maths as maths and physics as physics. I'm a pharmacy student, but maths and physics were always close to me. And when I saw that collaboration, there's a collaboration between maths and physics, there's a conflict between maths and physics, and then there is an integration which can be amplified further, or the collaboration can be amplified. I was just thinking, you know, this is so beautiful. This is so beautiful. So, picking up a word from your answer, response, which you said, patterns, you see patterns. So, what pattern did you see in this maths and physics? So, throw some light on this book and the
So
topic.
again, so pattern. So again, if you see the definition of physics, physics based on observation or reality. What
Mm,
you
mm, mm,
see around is physics, and again, mathematics describes that reality. So
mm.
there is formula associated with that. So
Mm.
physics
True.
deals with pattern, and math further qualifies that pattern with certain formulas. So in my book also, in fact, initially I had worked on independent track for physics and mathematics. So say for example, physics, there are several you can say unsolved puzzle or unsolved problem. There is no answer to it. Like
Mm.
what was before Big Bang, what is dark energy, what is dark matter. So people don't know 100%. So I have selected close to, you can say, 30-40 topics where physics is silent. Similarly, I had started analyzing math. So you will find math everywhere. So right from the beginning, whatever you touch, whatever is you see you're around, you will find mathematics. Mathematics is in history, mathematics is in philosophy, mathematics is in chemistry, mathematics is in architecture, it's in biology, it's in stock markets, in normal commerce. So everywhere you find somehow that is related to math. So initially I had started working on these two parallel tracks. Then I realized, like, math and physics both are interrelated, they are interdependent. Sometimes they collaborate, sometimes they call conflict. Sometimes math follow physics, sometimes physics follow math. Sometimes math wait for physics to prove its formula. Sometimes physics need math to explain certain phenomena. So both are quite interdependent. So I
Mm.
had chosen this topic, but again I wanted to keep it, you can say, non-technical. It's not like a textbook where there are plenty of derivations and formulas. You will find hundreds of books on mathematics, hundreds of books on physics, but you will find very rare book which mediate between physics and math. And I wanted to be simple for non-technical people. Then I studied philosophy. So
Mm.
philosophy is a thing which mediate between relationship. So even philosophy I studied a lot. So if you see between two things, there could be 14 types of different philosophical relation. Between two persons, there are 5, 6 types of philosophical relation. There is philosophy of physics, there is philosophy of math. So I had used philosophy as mediation to further simplify the relationship between physics and math.
Oh my God. And you know what? What brings us together in this podcast in me is, for me, my journey from being part of MNCs, pharmaceutical companies, and working in various leadership positions. I was connecting to universe, and all of a sudden, at the age of 44, I realized birds are flying so beautifully. And I was like, there is such a rhythmic flappings between them, that ये इतना रिदम में फ्लैप कर रही है, और ये कोई पहली बार मैंने नहीं देखा, मैंने बचपन से देखा है बर्ड को उड़ते हुए, पर आज ये इतना सुंदर क्यों लग रहा है. And now when I connect with what you are saying, so there are patterns across. चाहे आप फ्लावर देख लीजिए, लीव्स देख लो, there's a pattern everywhere, the maths is everywhere. And while I was reading this, for me, if you ask me draw a circle, it is absolutely तुरंत बना दूंगी, आंखों से बना दूंगी, मन से बना दूंगी सर्कल. But your book says it is illusion that there is a circle in the world. It is all atoms, and there is exact circle doesn't exist. So these things were very, very interesting. And as you rightly said, and this is for all viewers also, कि entangled reality amazon में नंबर 1 बेस्ट सेलर बुक तो है ही. उसके अलावा बेस्ट थिंग इज, it is for everybody to read, anybody can read, and that makes it easy. टू द एक्सटेंट, गोविंद, तुम्हारा एक वीडियो मैंने और देखा जिसमें तुमने मैथ्स एंड फिजिक्स को बहू और सास के रिलेशन के हिसाब से दिखाया. And I can see that very well. So, what do you want to say in the light of humor?
Yeah, right, right. So it's all relationship. So even if you see physics and math, sometimes physics dictate, sometimes math dictate, sometimes physics follow math, sometimes math follow physics. So same thing happens with Sas-Bahu relation. Same things happens with husband-wife
Husband,
relation,
wife.
husband-wife relation. So again, so I had used those relational aspects quite smartly in that book.
Yes,
And to further simplify that everybody can understand, I had created that Sasbahu video. So
wonderful.
though they are compelled to live with each other, but
Yes.
again they will fight and they will fight. So that is again you can say human nature. So I had tried to put human nature in physics and mathematics, and you will find reflections of that many a place in my book.
True. And best thing is, as you said, so maths and physics में एक कहीं पे they are independent of each other. Somewhere they are dependent to each other. And then there is a conflict also between them. There's a collaboration, as you said. They're connected to philosophy as well as the spiritual piece also. And when you talk about the spiritual piece, the beings, matlab the human beings have to be a part of it. And hence, this beautiful connection can be seen so well in your book. So, for this is for viewers, do pick up this copy of Entangled Realities, where you will fall in love with maths and physics together, as well as understand how it is connecting to the universal laws and to how spiritually it is aligned, so that you get a holistic picture of who we are and why we are in this universe where patterns exist across. So wonderfully put it up. So entangled realities ने तुमको इंजीनियर से एक लीडरशिप पोजीशन से एक दूसरे लेवल पे लेके आ गए. So being an author, how do you see your journey now?
Right, right. So, in fact, I tried to address many open-ended questions in my book, Entangled Reality. So, though there is no conclusion to it. So, say, for
Mm-hmm.
example, simple things like universe. What is universe? It is discovered or imagined. What are the physical law, whether that is human interpretation or something else? What is mathematics? It's invention or discovery.
Hmm.
So can artificial intelligence, we talk a lot about artificial intelligence these days, but what is artificial intelligence? It's math or physics? What is your view? It's math or physics? It
नाम
has to
जोड़
be
देख
one.
कर दोनों है.
So artificial intelligence is neither physics nor math. So if you see the physics definition, it's based on observation, and mathematics, it's based on formula. But again, you can use any AI tool like Chat GPT. You put same command or same request 10 times, you will get 10 different kind of answer. So it's neither physics, neither fall on physics category nor fall on math category. It's altogether different reality, you can say.
True. Maybe a new subject has to come up, mathophysics.
Right, right,
मैथोइक्स मे भी कुछ ऐसा नाम एक आना पड़ेगा है ना.
right, right, right.
Wonderful. I think this discussion is getting us into a different level altogether. So, coming back to the question in terms of your writing of books, it's not only entangled realities, there are more in place. So, more coming up. So, can you just throw some light more in terms of how do you think about the next topic which is coming up, and what are the other books we all can read about you and your thought
Right, right.
process?
Thanks a lot. So, in fact, again, as I said, I had created framework for at least 15 to 20 books during COVID, and that has evolved over a period of time. Finally, my you can say second book. First book was Crypto Capital.
Okay.
So that was published in US. So Amazon doesn't have any physical distribution service in India. So that's why I was not able to launch in India.
Okay.
I found a publisher, and my second book, which is which is on crypto, is getting launched in December. I
Okay.
have framework for you can say 10 to 12 books which are in pipeline, and you can say most of them are in advanced stage. Say for example, mathematics and universe, which I described. So mathematics and universe, grand synthesis of reality. It's talk about mathematics, historical aspect of mathematics, current aspect of mathematics as well as future aspect of mathematics. So even mathematics has certain limitation. Mathematics has to evolve. Mathematics has to grow. So those aspects are captured there. Say, for example, I will just give you a simple example. So say, for example, your thought, your emotion, your affection, your love. Do we have any mathematical formula to capture it? No, not as of now. So maybe in future we will have that. There
Mm.
are several unknown, unsolved problems in mathematics. So those things needs to be addressed. So all those aspects are well captured in mathematics. Then another book is on tennis. As I said, I am a tennis player, so I decided to write something on tennis as well. That book is also in final shape, and I don't want to release all book at a time because
That's
in
fine.
that scenario, my book will compete with my one book will compete with other book. So sequentially, I will do. So tennis book is also in final shape, and I will release that as well. Then knowledge canvas, what I said. So I had written a book for management students as well. So
Okay.
matrix of awareness, knowledge canvas. So how it help management to take a decision. So that is beautifully articulated in that mathematics book. Then there are many thought process which I had imagined. Say, for example, digitalization of thought. So
Mm.
there
Oh
is
my God.
no tool to digitalize your thought. Your
Yes.
thought, your emotion, it can be digitalized. So there is some approach or concept I have in my mind. I am planning to write that. So in addition to that, there are so many other things like language independent communication. So
Mm.
why you need language to communicate? There are so many
Mm.
biological phenomena within body which could be used to communicate. So language barrier will go away. So I am doing some research on that as well.
My
Some
God,
of
this
these
looks
things
very, very interesting.
might so some of these things might look quite futuristic, but I have some concept in mind. I'm not sure whether I'm right or wrong, but again I will publish and I will leave that to viewer to judge whether my concept is right or wrong. Similarly, time. So
Mm-hmm.
we just know one definition of time. That is biological time. So biological time, day, night, based on
Yeah.
our biology. But there are six, seven different times. I'm not sure whether you know or not. There is cosmic time. There is cosmic time starts from Big Bang. There is quantum time. So in quantum time, there is no beginning, no end. There is thermodynamic time based on entropy. Uh, then there are other versions of time as well. So we are just living in illusion.
Oh my
Present,
God.
past, and future all exist together. But our mind is such that it can only see the present and memory the past and anticipate the future. But whatever is happening is has already happened. So all those philosophical aspects are well captured in that. So these are just some of the highlights. There are plenty of other,
I'm
you can say,
amazed. I'm
framework.
amazed, Govind, because you
You
know
will get
what?
lost.
Yes. Now when you're talking about cosmic times, you're talking about quantum time, the thermodynamic time, and many more to it. The point is, um, uh, in one of our signature programs, Powerful You Summit, where three coaches, we women coaches, Anupama, Jyotsna, and me, we come together. There is one piece we talk about is manifestation. So Jyotsna definitely talks about parallel universe. There's a parallel universe, and I'm like, Jyotsna, it is still not getting into me. And when I talk to you, I can just understand what she is trying to talk about in terms of manifestation. So staying with her, it took me a little time, but now I am so convinced that when you talk to universe, there is somebody listening. Now that somebody is not a human figure or a something out there, but yes, there is some timing, there's so many relationships we are holding, which we don't know. It is all there, but हमें नहीं मालूम है। हमेशा से हवा थी, हमें हमने पता किया कि हवा में क्या क्या इंग्रेडिएंट्स है और
Right,
क्या क्या
right.
चीज़ें हैं, बट दैट दोज वर ऑलवेज अवेलेबल, एंड हेंस दिस अननोन इज रियली इंटरेस्टिंग, एंड ऐसा लगता है इस अननोन को और कैसे पता करें। वो है वहां
Right,
पे
right.
हमेशा से, पर हमारे लिए
हाँ.
अननोन है।
So just you can say time is illusion. So if you
हम्म।
are happy, आपको लगता है कि टाइम बहुत तेजी से निकल रहा है.
हाँ।
If you are sad, you will feel that time पास ही नहीं हो रहा है. So again, time is illusion. It varies from person to person, place to place, and perception to perception. So that aspect is well captured in that book. So framework is
Wow.
there. Let us hope when that will be released.
Definitely. And I think what you are absolutely talking, even if I don't talk about books, but you as a person has experienced the maths, the physics in the life, the maths in the life, the combination, the conflict of it, the spiritual journey, the time journey, and you have seen more than what people have actually lived also, or at least they are unaware of what so many things are around us. And this brings back to a very different question, that why are we running after कि ये कर लेते हैं, स्पीड में ये कर लेते हैं, हम एक ट्रेंड बनाते हैं, सोशल मीडिया ने हमें कर रखा है, पागल कर रखा है एक तरीके से. सो व्हाट डू यू थिंक अबाउट, व्हाट इज योर मैसेज टू यंगस्टर्स हु आर रनिंग अराउंड विद सोशल मीडिया इंक्लूडिंग अस, scrolling and everything? So what pattern do you see here?
So again, social media has both pros and cons. So social media give you platform to share your views. But again, don't wait that your view is endorsed by somebody. So don't wait for endorsement.
Mm.
If you have some view, just share with others. If they like it, they will endorse it. So that is pros, and cons is we need to be balanced. So we should be judgmental about our time as well. So we should not spend too much time on social media. Social media is good, but again, for 1 or 2 hours, it's fine. But again, if you spend full day on social media, that is good for nothing. So you are not going to gain anything out of it.
So I think there needs to be structure everywhere. The structure has to be there in our day too, and this is for all youngsters and viewers who are into scrolling, including adults. Yes, it is very attention catching, but when you put your day into something very very fruitful, you see you do more than what you could have achieved otherwise. So, further, Govind, tell us something more about tennis piece. तुमने इतना डाइवर्स रहा है तुम्हारा पूरा लाइफ अब तक का, तो टेनिस
Hmm.
कहाँ से आ गया तुम्हारे, वो कीड़ा कब आया पहले?
Right, right. So basically, that is not new. So in fact, I have not shared with you. I am
Okay.
national basketball national player. So
Oh my
right
God.
from school days, I was good in sports.
Okay.
So my feeling was good sports and education both goes together. So I had played national in basketball. I had also played national in kho. I was good in athletics. Yeah, I used to run 800, 1500 meter race. I was good in triple jump. And I was in Kendriya Vidyalaya. So in
Mm-hmm.
Kendriya Vidyalaya, the guys who are good in studies were recognized just once a year. Whereas we used to have inter-house competition every week, and the guy who are good in sports, they used to get recognized every month. So from there, it catched up. I played basketball in my college also,
Mm.
and when I shifted to apartment, I found one tennis court, and I started playing tennis there. So
Which was this
I
year?
so this you can say maybe 15 years back.
Okay.
So in college, I have not played tennis. So,
Acha.
but again, being a person of a sports background, I enjoy all these sports activities. So I do swimming. So I started playing tennis, and gradually I just attempted to participate in that one tournament, and I realized that I can play well. So off late, I had participated in many tournaments, and I have you can say winners and runners in several tournaments. In fact, I also have global ranking in tennis. I had played ITF. So in ITF, my singles ranking in my age category is maybe around, it keeps varying, but around 1600 or 1700
Wow,
at
that's
present.
wonderful. Wow. And I think that makes you unique. And that's the reason, when we interacted after long, I was like, I never knew so many things about Govind. And today, again, you're revealing about your so many sports games, sports you have played. Wonderful, Govind. Knowing you looks like there's so much more to know. फिर भी मुझे एक क्वेश्चन वापस याद आ रहा है जो तुमने पहले आंसर किया था, कि अगर ये इमोशंस, अफेक्शन, लव, इनको हम पैटर्न्स या मैथ्स या फिजिक्स में डाल पाए, तो डू यू थिंक वो लिमिटेशन जो मैथ्स की है वो हमारे लिए बून है? इट ऑन द फेस ऑफ इट अपीयर्स इट्स अ बून. व्हाट डू यू थिंक?
Yeah, yeah. So I had also highlighted one aspect, digitalization of thought.
हम्म.
So whether thought is analog or digital, nobody knows. But again, again, I try to analyze. There are 14, 15 different kinds of feeling, and each feeling has different intensity. So
हम्म.
maybe 15 cross 15 or 20 cross 20, if we are able to map all those feelings, then we are able to digitalize to some extent. And that can, and again, whatever activities happen inside our body is controlled by hormone. So if we are able to probe that hormone, identify that intensity, plot it in matrix and digitalize it, then we can say mathematics can help to some extent in digitalization of
रोबोटिक
thought,
नहीं हो
in
जाएगा फिर?
record.
हम इसको यूज ही कर लेंगे, फिर हम मैथ्स डाल के लोगों को हंसा देंगे. ऐसा कुछ नहीं, मतलब
Right.
we'll come to know something which will make us a little more robotic. I really don't like listening to you. I think क्या लिमिटेशन अच्छी है, मैथ्स की लिमिटेशन अच्छी है. इट इज गिविंग मी दैट डिवाइन मैसेज कि जो लिमिटेशन दिया है, नहीं तो हम ह्यूमन बींग्स बहुत कुछ कर सकते हैं.
No, right, right. So in fact, my first book, Entangled Reality, which primarily talks about relationship between mathematics and physics.
हम्म.
So this book is already hit, you know. So it's not
Yes.
even 2 months of launch, and it's again trending at number one position in multiple categories in India, and even in US it is
हम्म.
trending. So its best position was number three in science, history, and philosophy, and I analyzed on that portal Amazon.com US. And I found that, oh, in top 100, I am the only Indian. And this book is also getting recognized in market. And in fact, next week, this book has already been selected under science, technology, and innovation category. And I would be getting award from none other than Chetan Bhagat. So that is
Wonderful.
planned for next week.
Wonderful.
And I started thinking more deeper around entangled reality. So entanglement is not only with in physics or math. There is entanglement in math and mind. There is entanglement in what we think. So our future thinking. And ultimately, I had just created outline for 4, 5 version. And my last version is going to be Entangled Reality 4 or 5. I don't know. I still need to work. But that will talks about end of everything. End of everything means everything will be back to zero. All physics derivation will fail. All mathematical formula will fail. Everything will get started sinking. Everything will get, you can say, destroyed. जो शंकर का होता है कि शंकर ने तीसरा आंख खोला और सब कुछ हो गया, तो एवरीथिंग विल बी बैक टू जीरो. So there are some physical concept. Still in conceptual stage that is going to happen. But when that will happen, when that will happen, how that will happen, nobody knows.
Nobody
So I
knows.
have some high level thought process around that. And if everything goes fine, we are going to have Entangled Reality series. And that will be my last book, end of everything.
Okay. Wow, this sounds so much like the formation of universe. Universe बना कैसे और end कैसे होने वाला है. Entangled realities, if you read very deeply, I think it's covering every aspect of us. And by saying this, that universe can be destroyed, one it will happen, and then again things starts, again speaks about um, some maths, some limitations of physics, which is keeping us away from knowing that information. And recently I was reading about Tesla. He created some tower which could generate electricity on its own, और फिर हमको
Right.
कुछ ज़रूरत नहीं थी इन वायर्स वायर्स की. एंड इट वाज समवेयर इन 1900. एंड दैट टावर अगेन is about to be built up. So, there's so much. This universe is अपने जैसे कहते हैं गर्भ में यूनिवर्स ने इतना समाया हुआ है कि पता नहीं कब कौन सी चीज निकलने वाली है. ऐसा नहीं लगता है जैसे अभी भी अमृत निकलने वाला है और चर्निंग
Right.
चल ही रही है?
Right. So we don't know what we know, how much we know, and how much is unknown. So
Yes.
the more you know, you see there are more unknown. So that
So,
still needs to be explored. There is no end to it. So that is clearly highlighted in my books also. What
one.
is reality? So reality is not constant. Whatever you know today is not reality. Tomorrow reality will change. Say for example, when Newton discovered calculus, everybody was under impression that this is the reality. But when Einstein comes with quantum physics concept, all reality got changed and new
Yes.
reality is established. So reality is going to be established again and again and again, and that is going to evolve. And ultimately, what I said in maybe my volume 4 or 5, how everything will collapse. So everything which starts has an end. Universe has started, it has an end. So maybe that will happen some days. We will not be here to see that, but we can visualize. So there is limit of understanding also.
Mm,
So all those aspects will come in tangled reality. Let us hope
wonderful.
I will be able to create something totally different, which nobody knows at present, and all those are unknown territory.
And you know
I
what? The
needs to be
known and
venture out.
unknown territory is taking me back to the Joe Harry window, which was done by two psychologists, Joe and Harry, and hence the name Joe Harry window. And मुझे पता नहीं क्या इस जो हैरी विंडो के साथ था कि लेट्स से 95 96 के आसपास we came to know about it as a leadership concept which was taught to us by Eli Lilly, and उसके बाद it remained. Then this known unknown piece was like whenever we had to identify कि ऐसा क्या चीज़ है which is unknown to you and unknown to world, I used to just put it out है ये तो किसी को मालूम ही नहीं होता, हटाओ इसको डिस्कस नहीं करते. So as I evolved as a leader, जो हैरी विंडो, एंड आई नो इट साउंड्स ऑड, बट मेरे ड्रीम्स में आता था कि ये ग्रिड में कुछ है जो मुझे समझना है, और मैं बार बार इसको ड्रॉ करती थी. मैं इतनी बार ड्रॉ कर रहा है मैंने इस जोहारी विंडो को कि वन फाइन डे आई रियलाइज कि ओके देयर इज एन इवॉल्व वे टू लुक एट इट, एंड that I could see still in Google. That means there are people who are working on this window, on this Johari window. But today, in this In Me podcast, you gave me another thought process that Johari window is just not for self introspection, personality development, and for team building as a concept which was developed by the psychologist, but it has so much universal connection.
Right.
And
So
sorry?
नहीं नहीं so उसमें भी I had done some research on that.
Okay.
So basically, especially the decision taking. So
Hmm.
that will be one of my book. So basically, known is more dangerous than unknown. क्योंकि
Of course.
known जो dominate होता है, you take all decision with
अरे
100% certainty कि यहाँ पे तो कोई प्रॉब्लम होगा ही नहीं. पर सारे प्रॉब्लम्स वही होते हैं
नोन में.
known पे. तो we many a times we ignore known while taking decision.
हम्म.
Whereas that aspect also needs to be factored in.
तो जो नोन नोन है उसको एरिना बोलते थे उस ग्रिड में. एंड समथिंग विच इज लाइक नोन टू यू एंड नोन अननोन टू मी इज माई ब्लाइंड स्पॉट. मेरा
Correct.
ब्लाइंड स्पॉट
Correct.
है ना.
Right.
और
Correct.
कुछ चीजें मुझे अपने बारे में मालूम है पर तुमको नहीं मालूम है, वो मेरा फसाड है. मैं ऐसा फसाड क्रिएट करती हूँ कि
Right.
भाई मैं बहुत डिफरेंट हूँ, बट मैं जानती हूँ मैं क्या हूँ अंदर, तो वो फसाड. एंड द लास्ट पीस वाज अननोन अननोन विच इज लाइक नोबडी नोज इट. एंड
Nobody knows.
और
So,
तब हमको ना एग्जाम्पल पता है क्या देते थे कि एक 60 ईयर ओल्ड वुमेन थी, एट द एज ऑफ 60 उसने हल्दी से पेंटिंग स्टार्ट किया, एंड देन वो पेंटिंग इंटरनेशनल हो गया. तो टिल द एज ऑफ 60 शी वॉज इट वॉज दिस पार्ट वॉज अननोन टू बोथ ऑफ देम. तो इतने पे मैं सेटिस्फाई हो जाती थी, एंड आई वाज लाइक still there's something lying there. Now when you're connecting the known and unknown, I'm just looking at these two things. I think my god, the world is lying in between the two.
right. So again, here two framework we spoke about. One
uh,
is known unknown, and second is 5 why. So
mm,
that is excellent, and all you can say all beginners or that is good for anybody. So
anybody, yes.
anybody should use that framework for thinking and imagining. And one should be curious because once your curiosity is gone, you are gone. So
Mm,
you should be curious about what is happening in your surrounding, and that will give you opportunity to learn.
wonderful. With this, again, as you said, the universe has to end, but this podcast also has to end
Right,
in
right.
this टाइमिंग. अब मुझे मालूम नहीं कॉस्मिक टाइमिंग में ये कहाँ फिट बैठ रहा है, बट फिलहाल हमारे 12:15 के टाइम में ये एंड होना है. सो विद दिस, थैंक यू गोविंद. आई लर्न सो मच. मुझे नहीं मालूम था कॉलेज टाइम से जो अब गोविंद जब तब देखा था और अब is a is a way different, is a transformative journey you have gone through, and you have acclaimed so many awards, recognition, and the kind of amplified version of yours which we can see is absolutely great. So all the best for your future books, and we all would be waiting to read. I'm sure every viewer who is listening to us is going to pick up this entangled reality, and that's my urge to everyone who is listening to us. Second, mm, let's look at frameworks of Five Eyes, framework of Johari window from a different angle altogether, and see what could make you more curious. To parents, I would say, is there a way we can make our kids more curious rather than making them by heart the curriculum which is coming up? So, with all this, in me is all about us. It is about each one of us. So, what is in you that makes you you? And in this series, Govind came as a big, big surprise to me with the kind of information we shared. So, thank you, Govind. Have a wonderful day ahead and all the best for your various awards which are waiting for you, and you being the number one Amazon bestseller. Thanks, Atan. Have a great day
So,
ahead. Thank you,
yeah, so
everybody.
thanks, Nirupa. Thank you so much for listening. If today's conversation is sparked even one question in your mind, then it's worth it. So stay curious, stay humble, and never stop wondering, because wonder is where discovery begins. Thanks a
Wonderful.
lot.
Thank you. Thank you. And thank you, everybody, for watching us in me. Namaste.
Thanks.
Bye bye.
Bye.